Hello everyone. Today I am going to be doing a review on The Nun 2, as if you watched any of our past videos, you know I'm a big fan of just the overall Conjuring series movies. And so I had to give The Nun 2 a chance, because it was a surprise, I think, to many that was even going to happen in general, especially after First Nun was pretty bad. And I think most people in general claim the First Nun movie to be by far the worst movie in the Conjuring series. So, how was The Nun 2? Is it worth for you to go see it? Let's just start off with that. I would say, with how the movies are going right now, and the movies that are out, you know, we're going closer and closer to that slow period of movies after just the absolute heat of the summer. I'd say it's worth it. It's a good enough film, I think, for general audience. For the actual Conjuring series fans, I'll just say that it definitely does not reach the mark in terms of scary. You know, the actual horror elements of the movie is definitely on the weaker side still. Again, just kind of like how the previous Nun was. It definitely misses the mark with that, for sure, without a doubt. I mean, that's my biggest gripe with the movie. However, in comparison to the first Nun, it does a lot better job of storytelling, acting, the writing in general for the Conjuring series, while the first Nun was kind of almost more of a cash grab, which, I mean, you can kind of still argue that this one is a little bit of a cash grab, just to be honest, just depending on how you feel about it. But overall, definitely better than the first one. So that's great. Now let's get into kind of the spoiler-ish parts of the review of how did I feel about it, why I think it's even worth seeing. So first off, like I said, when it comes to the actual scary element of it, maybe once in the entire film did it get me to jump. It definitely is more on the jump scare reliance, but it doesn't really do a great job of even doing the jump scares. So that part is just not. This film kind of felt more like a slasher film that has an overall story to it. You know, has a purpose of why this character exists. You're wanting to know how the nun got so powerful. You know, just its overall origin story continued, you know, because the last time we saw the nun, you know, it lost. And you knew it was coming back. And as well as our boy Frenchie, you know, got cursed. So, all the OG characters come back from the first one. And basically, you see here of what I mean by slasher film is, I mean, the film kind of starts off with the nun just getting some brutal kills on people, which kind of isn't as familiar to the rest of the Conjuring films of how brutal some of these kills were, you know, brutal and bloody. So that was kind of cool. I was like, damn, man, that dude just got fucked. As well as it killed a kid, kinda, you know, which I'm all for it. Have the balls to kill the kids in these, man. Just do it. You know what I mean? And it did. Kid died. Rest in peace. But not really. As well as the intro, of course, was fire. You know, they always do a great job with the intros. The intro of a burning priest was just a fun visual for sure. And just overall power of just, it doesn't give a fuck about you. It doesn't. You know, this being is a lot more powerful that it's rarely actually impacted by any religious beings. So that's fun, of course. Now the purpose of the film, how's it back? Of course, it implanted itself on Frenchie, and Frenchie is a mobile worker at this point. So it kind of is like enticing Frenchie to go after the eyes, which we kind of see the glowing eyes in the Conjuring movie. And this is kind of the origin of how the demon gets the eyes. So that's pretty cool. That was nice. I was like, okay, I understand now. Of course, that being said, it took a while for anything to actually happen more with the nun, of attaining the eyes, of the actual impact of the main characters fighting the nun. So that happens. Oh well. It is a bit of a slow burn, but overall, all the characters were nice and fun. You know, the writing was nice again. Frenchie was also just a lovable character, and you're just hoping. I always say it's a good thing when you don't want the characters in your scary movie to not die. Because majority of the time, they're so goddamn annoying that you don't care. You actually are annoyed that they survive in the end. Well, this one's kind of the other case where I'm happy that I like these characters and I don't want them to die. So I actually added a bit of an intense element because none of these characters have to survive in any capacity. However, it does add on to the Conjuring lore of about how the power of being passed down, of being able to see visions through the family trees and everything. So that was kind of cool. Just overall, the origin of the eyes, mental institute, all that's cool. I don't want to say too much more, so then you haven't seen it yet. I know you're kind of going to spoilers here, but still, you can enjoy that part and notice kind of the little lore building it was doing throughout the film. That was always fun. Even doing some lore building while it has this one cool scene, which is magazines, of just trying to notice all the tiny details. That was fun. That's definitely writers just having fun with the well-built universe already of a prequel film. Great. Of course, they wrap it in at the end of it going straight into The Conjuring. Fun as always. We miss our duo for sure. Overall, though, I mean, it's solid. I gave it, I would say I gave it like a 6.7 out of 10, almost a 7 out of 10 at times. Just if it was scarier, you know, if it did better with these jump scares and just overall the intense moments of like, oh God, what's going to happen, it would be a lot higher score because unlike the first Nun, I felt like this one was well written. I felt like I actually really enjoyed the characters and everything like that was fun. As well as it has one interesting character beast, I would say, appear, and that was lovely. I love that character. Did not get enough of it. So overall, yeah, that's what I would give it. I do recommend just going to see it. Of course, I always love to support these horror films, especially in the Conjuring series, because it encourages just companies to actually start making better, well-done overall series for horror films and actually dedicating it to more than just one film or even trying to do full-on cash grabs, even though, you know, First Nun was guilty of that. So yeah, let me know what you think. Are you going to go see it? I know it's kind of a bit of a slow period right now with movies, so give it a shot.